Well, good morning and happy Tuesday, everybody. A little bonus weather finally here. I think we're in for a cooler and less sticky start to the day. I still expect things to get warm this afternoon. We're likely going to get up over 90 or at least right up to 90. But when you don't have as much humidity, it doesn't feel so heavy outside. And I do think this should stick around for a couple of days. And we could see some more numbers back in the 60s, maybe even a little farther back in the 60s tomorrow. And if you're thinking about rain chances, we can stop thinking about those. They're pushed down to the south, and that's where they're going to stay. I think this drier air settles in, and for a couple of days, it's going to make it really, really hard for any showers to get going. We start off this morning at 69 in Valdosta, 68 in Thomasville. Tallahassee at the airport's hanging on to 71. There's a little breeze, mostly from the north and northwest. The numbers I'm most interested in, that third row, those dew point temperatures. 65 in Tallahassee, 63 in Thomasville and in Valdosta. And what that tells me is these air temperatures can drop a bunch over the next couple of hours, especially if those winds calm down and with these skies pretty clear. How about a few more numbers? We'll see South Georgia, our lower temperatures, 64 at Camilla, 69 at Bainbridge and Moultrie, 68 in Homerville. We're at 70 in Quincy and 71 in Liberty County. We're at 72 in Madison, 72 in Live Oak, at 74 in Perry. So we're going to watch some of these lower temperatures try to sink a little further south, and that's got everything to do with how much or how little moisture is in the air. Now listen, dew points over 65 still indicate a lot of moisture in the air. Other parts of the country, that would be really humid and uncomfortable. But we pretty much spend all of June, July, and August with dew points up over 70, and that makes a huge difference when we remove just 5 or 6 from that to make it feel less sticky outside. And when we start pushing those dew points even lower, maybe we can find some dew points that get down near 60 this afternoon. That will make it feel very different outside, and if these can stick around for a couple of days, and I think that they can, that allows the overnight temperatures to fall a little bit farther. I mean, check out Dothan, Alabama. That dew point's 59 this morning. Boy, it'd be great to see some more numbers that start with a 5 for those. That would really change the way it feels outside. Now, across our part of the southeast, there's not a lot going on. There's not going to be. Higher pressure will try to settle in from the north. This boundary did make it through the area. They're still going to get a bunch of crummy weather across parts of central Florida and the peninsula and south where they're on the other side of that boundary. But I think we get this taste of bonus weather for a couple of days. Then it starts to retreat, and we'll see what this next energy wants to do and how that's going to impact our weekend forecast. Today is just Tuesday. Got plenty of days between now and then, and we get the bonus weather for these next few days. We're not going to find a whole lot on Futurecast, not when the air is drying out, not when that breeze is from the north. Those are a couple of huge factors in our showers. We get that north breeze, it makes it hard for the sea breeze to happen. We remove some of the humidity, there's not a lot of moisture for it to work with, so you put all that together, and now it's unlikely that we'll be talking about showers today or tomorrow or Thursday. Maybe some eastern areas that don't get all of the drying air and don't get the same feel and change with that breeze coming in from the north. Maybe there we can talk about a couple of showers, but I think for the next couple of days, really, really limited. Tropical Storm Fernand is still out there. Winds at 45 miles per hour. This looks a little like it's struggling today, and it probably will continue to fizzle on out over the next 24 to 36 hours. So no big deal with Fernand out there in the open waters near nothing. Here's what it looks like on the satellite presentation. Definitely doesn't look like a whole lot. As a matter of fact, yesterday there was a pretty good structure to it. Today, nowhere near the same kind of structure. And then down here in the Caribbean, that's what's left of that old wave. It's going to start to run into a little bit more resistance in the upper part of the atmosphere. We'll continue to see what's left of those old remnants. But there's nothing on the tropical outlook today. That's the first time we've had that in a couple of weeks. So all quieting down out there across the tropics. That's excellent news, especially at this time during the year when usually things stay pretty active. On the Gulf today, a little bit breezy. Winds out of the northeast and north, 8 to 18, seas 2 to 4 feet. 60s and 70s, mostly clear, less muggy. Should be a really nice start to the day. I think we're going to make it to 90 this afternoon, so it will still be hot, but it will not be humid. And then tonight into tomorrow, no reason we can't see those temperatures get pushed a little farther back into the mid-60s. Mostly clear skies. Should be a pretty lovely night. Here's that 7-day forecast. That'll get us all the way to Labor Day. I think these next 2 or 3 days, drier, still hot in the afternoons. Now you notice the temperatures go down Friday and for the weekend. That's because the rain chances start cranking back up, and I do think we'll start finding more and more showers. But notice I don't see any big hot coming back, so that's a step in the right direction.